Yo, what's up? It's your boys,
Dark
Crimson
D.
Z, and
What's up?
today we have a special guest, Mr. Jared Gore. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
yeah.
announce.
Like I
It.
said, our producer once again.
Yeah. So something happened that I feel a certain type of way of, but I wanna and before we get into that, they said we needed a theme song.
I mean, we've been trying to work on that in terms of the theme song and whatnot, but because of this particular subject here, we had to bring our producer Jared and get his thoughts into this.
Yes.
So this wasn't a subject that just me and him could talk about. We
Yeah.
had to bring another perspective into this.
Yeah, but I kind of want a theme song, just something real quick,
I mean,
Boom, boom, boom. A boom, boom, boom. A boom,
Z's
boom,
podcast, Doku's podcast, Z's podcast, Doku's podcast, Z's podcast, Jared's podcast, G's podcast.
I feel like I should add something in here, but I'm just so like, what?
Right.
Yeah, what in the world is this?
Like, it was so random. It's like, okay.
But we're gonna start with Jared. So at the Oscars, Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith that didn't go over too well.
No, it was about Jada.
I mean, yeah, about Jada, which really wasn't that funny. Like even he had to tell the audience, "Oh, come on, it was a good joke." No, if it was a good joke, you don't have to tell people it's a good joke.
Right.
But
No, he said it was a nice one.
Well, yeah, that's what he meant by it.
Well, he meant like it wasn't meant to be mean. It meant to just be like a light-hearted joke.
Oh, is that what? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Will Smith walking over there and slapped him? And see, the thing that got me, he didn't just slap this dude. Like, he had flair. He slapped him, then he turned into, like, Mr. West. He walked back to his seat with, like, a pit walk and shit.
I mean, like, he really walked like he was on Bad Boys, too. And you hear his little
Right.
theme song when he first got his, like, new little swag on and shit.
Exactly.
Here's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wrote the joke was out of line because she suffered from alopecia. She lost her hair. So I felt like it's not what he said; it's how he said it that probably could have triggered, basically the incident happening. But as far as protecting his wife, yes, he did defend his wife, but I don't think I would go on stage and slap him. I would have handled it on the red table talk or something. So I do think number one, Will Smith was out of line for punching. Um,
No, for he
Chris
was a
Rock.
slap. It was a slap.
For slapping him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't want to say punch. I don't want to make it worse than it already is, but I feel like
slap is worse.
I
That's
feel like
disrespectful.
I felt like it was a kind of negative stereotype of black men being violent, us being dysfunctional,
I disagree.
us being having beef with each other. You rarely see white actors, do that.
You never.
Well,
You never see white actors have beef with each other like that or slap each other. I mean, you never see that animosity of that gratitude of a slap.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
like what
as far as
it's kind of like what Tyler Perry was saying about what's that guy? He's the director, Spike Lee. He said
Denzel Washington,
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee.
He said you never hear another Jewish person or another white person going against their own race in the media. It's always us.
African Americans,
Yeah.
black people. Like what? Why can't we just come together? And I remember there was a guy, Darius McCoy, who played Eddie on Family Matters. I believe he said there's no such thing as Black Hollywood. There was a such thing as a Black Hollywood in the 90s, but everyone's ego and beefs all kind of got together and we basically broke. We don't work together, we broke it. So what can we do as artists, as a person of color? I was kind of embarrassed for Will Smith to do that because I feel like Will Smith was such a great role model. He's funny, he's a handsome guy, he's very intelligent. He came from West Philly, and that West Philly definitely showed. But still, there's a certain standard where you have to set yourself as an example, as an actor and as a man of color in Hollywood. The negative stereotype was definitely in effect that night. light, and I believe white Hollywood definitely saw Black Hollywood in a negative light.
Now we see. Now you hear you from that point
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the side or so, in terms of what's real wrong and all sorts of stuff. That's one. Now let's see it from the other side here that I've been kind of like holding back on a little bit because I wanted to let your side say it. Now for the other side, Will Smith was wrong in terms of what he did. He should have just went up. Like, it could have gone in like 2 or 3 ways. It could have, number one, he could have, if he did wanted to just get up and go, he could have went up, said it loud on the mic or so, saying, "Hey man, meet me in the back once you're done," and then that was it. He would have defended his wife's honor without risking everything or so. Or 2, he would have said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," right from his seat, and said it loud enough. That would have been another thing too. Or, hold on. But in the third one would have been to where after everything, like say they cut off the commercial and such, he would have gone and confronted Chris right then and there. And if he still tried to like pop off or whatever at that time, then he could have went and slapped him or something like that. At least it would have been like off screen instead of like right there in the public. Now the thing about it when it came down to Jada, got her condition. I mean, let's just be honest. She had short hair throughout her entire fucking career. So it's kind of like
wasn't bald though.
No, she wasn't bald, but she always had cut hair to where you felt like at some point she was gonna cut it all off anyway.
Right.
So that's why part of the community are so kind of looking like, why the fuck should we really like pity Jada right now? Like the lady's already been like short. She has been like at that particular level of being bald anyway. Now she did have long hair at one point, but she doesn't take care of it enough or whatever to, keep it maintained or so too.
Well, alopecia is sometimes hereditary.
Yeah, and so like I said, so it's not like I'm blaming her or so, faulting her or anything like that. But it's just kind of like, come on now, you knew those bald jokes or whatever gonna come in the moment you cut your hair. So that's commentary. So and then 2, he's a comedian. He may not like raw dog you, but he was gonna throw a little jab at you or something. But it was nothing. But the joke wasn't.
Flav said that the only way Chris Rock is funny is if he's talking about somebody.
I mean, I get
that's
that.
his thing. That's his thing. There's comedians that do, like, if you sitting in the front row of a comedy club, your ass gonna get roasted with love, but you're gonna get roasted and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it was. They were front and center to everything that's happening. But here's the thing too, to why things led to what it was, because there's actually more information to that than what it was. Apparently, Chris Rock had done a jab at Jada 6 years ago. Last time they were at the Oscars, so too.
Yeah.
So it was basically, to some people that found out about this, it was actually justified. That
Chris Rock. Will Smith has been
boycotting the Oscars, right?
Yeah, he boycotted
Will Smith and Jada.
Will Smith and Jada both boycotted the Oscars because it was their
like
particular approach. Yeah, diversity or so to black comedians or artists and all that stuff. So that's
he's been sorry. I swear I'm not crying. I just took some Benadryl or some shit. I got food poisoning, so my eyes are a little watery right now. But like, Will Smith have been snubbed for years. Like, Ali, Independence Day,
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. Not so much Wild Wild West, but I did.
Nah, everybody love Wild Wild West.
I enjoyed it, but not no Oscar. Now, come on now. But Wild Wild West was before its time because it came out today. Shit.
Yeah, I know. But see, the thing about it too, though, and Corey Holcomb actually pointed that out too, that the I Am Legend one, he should have gotten an Oscar for that one alone.
Exactly.
That's the part I was looking like, damn, he really should have.
I forgot the movie he got nominated before this one. It was in 2008. It was like a scientific fiction film.
Well, that one sucked too. The one we did with his son.
No, not that
After
one.
Earth or something.
No,
yeah,
it was something else. It was horrible.
But he did Concussion, a movie specially designed to cater to the Oscars and to the Academy.
Yeah.
And what they want, and he didn't even get nominated. So Jada was like, you know what, fuck y'all. All the black people, come on. We gonna
what about Samuel Jackson? He's like one of the greatest actors ever. He doesn't get a lot of Oscar nominations. and he's humble. He's always willing to work. He's about his work.
Now,
I mean, Will Smith is about his work too, but Samuel Jackson's like F the Oscars. You know,
he does have an Oscar.
Yeah,
yeah, he has an Oscar, but before then, he wasn't getting.
But I'm
nominated.
not saying
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying F the Oscars. I do like the Academy. I respect the Academy. You know, I'm not speaking against them.
no,
But I'm just saying, Will Smith was snubbed. Let's just call it spade a spade.
Yeah,
he was.
And, you know, so she wanted to boycott the whole thing. And she was like, hey, Chris, I don't think you should host. And Chris said, nah, I'm a host. I'm going to get paid this, that, and the third. Not only did he host, he added insult to industry because, to injury because, well, industry too. Because when you think, Will and Jada did that for people like you, for people like me, and he just spat in it and then made a joke. Now, like I said, that Wild Wild West, I agree with that. But he just made a laughing stock about it. And I heard through the grapevine that the reason why he don't really like Jada is because she wouldn't fuck him doing Madagascar.
Oh yeah, I heard you mention about that, and I was like, but yeah, like I said, so it's been, I wouldn't say it's been animosity or so since then. I mean, I know when it comes down to Chris Rock and Jada, that's
I
one.
have a question.
What?
Why didn't Will Smith protect Jada when August came?
Well, you don't know what happened.
That's the thing that everybody and mama been saying about that.
But y'all don't know what happened. First of all, I heard he was fucking August too. Second of all, he gave August permission to fuck Jada. So why would he, like, they've been swingers for years.
Yeah, but
so why would you slap somebody that you gave permission to fuck your wife?
I know, which is
number
crazy.
two.
I didn't know that.
That's what they said in the interview. Yeah. So that they actually had a sit down or so and said that he got permission from Will Smith, so himself out of his own mouth saying that he can do it.
He and number two, that was a good movie.
And number
bye.
He should have got nominated. That was Tyler Perry's best film he ever directed.
And number two, y'all don't know what's been going on behind closed doors. He probably did, because I heard Juan and Kev Will Smith got them ghouls in Philly that'll pull up on your ass.
I mean, I get
you
that,
never
but
know in Hollywood he could be. You never know, swinging both ways. You never know.
I mean, we know that, but the thing that people been like going about when it comes down to the whole situation with the three of them, it was kind of like, yeah, August got permission, but it was like same time like he was bragging about it in some form or fashion. He might have straight up just said it, but in terms of how social media showed, it like he was bragging about the shit. So it was kind of like,
well, that's what happened when you fuck with people that can't keep their mouth shut. Margot Robbie kept her mouth shut, and she did. Harley Quinn ain't saying shit, and we all know she fucked the dog shit out of Will Smith.
Yeah, so
Halle Berry ain't saying shit. Will Smith put in his book, "Oh, I wanted to fuck Halle Berry." Nigga, you will fuck this Smith if you wanted to fuck.
He probably did.
Yeah, he probably did, low key.
Jada probably was in there too.
Yeah, Jada. Never mind.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people was throwing jabs at that, so saying, "Yo, why didn't he slap August, and all sort of stuff?" And I'm like,
and I have another question after the Jada Will. It's about Halle Berry.
Yeah, but my opinion on the matter, see, I think from there's two sides. Mm-hmm. From a business standpoint, I feel like it was a stupid decision.
Oh, definitely.
Because you've been working hard to get this Oscar, you finally get it, and nobody gives a shit.
Well, technically, he basically tainted his memory of it, because now every time they think about him getting an Oscar, it's thinking about him slapping the shit out of Chris.
He's banned from the Oscar for 10 years.
Yeah.
That was a little harsh. I thought maybe 5 years.
Yeah, no, they were saying it would have been 5, but he got double because of Jada. Yeah. Because they come as a package deal. So, because you would think, because the reason why he got the hell up and did the shit he did was because of Jada. So it would have been to where it would have just been her. But like I said, so they come as a package deal. He had to do both.
Oh my God! He might as well just take his Oscar away.
Yeah, and the thing about it,
I don't agree with that, because how many, like I was telling you in the car, how many pedophiles are still in Hollywood,
right,
with Oscars, and how many people like Harvey Weinstein, he was fucking bitches with his baby dick. and he he
But
was
see, there's a
still
difference
at the
between what you
Oscars.
do behind closed doors and what you
It
do
wasn't
out in the
behind
public.
closed doors.
It
Everybody
was
knew about
public.
it.
Everybody knew about
In
it.
Hollywood,
No,
everybody knew about
I get that though, but I'm just saying, just due to the circumstances of what's going on or whatever, everything happened at the Oscars.
it. But still.
Hollywood's definitely a place I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
I like being in
I ain't
Hollywood.
gonna say that. You stupid.
Yeah,
I do
but-
wanna be a part
but no,
of
but
it.
like,
here's-
we love you, Oscars.
I hate
We
you,
love you,
Oscar.
Oscars. Shoot,
I
I
don't
feel
like the Oscars.
I
But-
feel like Whitney Houston. You better love. We love you, Oscars.
But here's
Holly,
the but
I want to go. Can I go to another subject?
No,
about
we
the Oscars?
can't.
no,
we
not
got-
yet. But here's the thing too, though, that has been like ever since the Jada Smith and the whole Will Smith thing happened. Literally, social media's blown that shit up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, literally online, they literally had somebody do the right hand of Prince for a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card, bro. I burst out laughing like a son of a bitch. And then, like, a bunch of other people started doing little skits. Like, everything on social media blew the fuck up because of that shit. And then, this one particular video.
Chris Rock got more famous.
Yeah, he did. He got, like,
his. I want to go see Chris Rock live.
that's what I'm saying.
He's actually one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember, Everybody Hates Chris?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, though. Everything that happened when it involved Chris so went up. Because they said in one of his reports that his tickets went from like 35 or like 45 to like $341 now
yeah.
because of what happened. That's,
Wow.
that's a massive ass jump for this shit.
Yeah.
Because they want to hear his story or whatever, even if he throws in jokes and all this other shit still.
And you notice Chris was about to blow the plug up. Shoot, he would, because you notice he said, "Boy, I could." And
Yeah,
then
no,
he
he
shut
really,
up.
he really did want to
And I
like
said,
say
no,
something.
he's
what
from
you gonna
Brooklyn.
say?
Yeah,
He from Brooklyn, so he don't play.
Yeah, I said, nah, what you gonna say? We want to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, he really did, but he didn't want to make it worse on himself. He
yeah.
really like,
And,
he
and,
said Will
and,
Smith
and
is-
he thought about hitting him because you notice he had that right hand.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, and like a lot of people say it's fake because like it's how can I put this?
Was it publicity stunt?
No, a lot of people said it was fake because if you pause it, he is anticipating it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you.
And if
cause
anybody
that's-
could
He
pull it
came
off,
in as
it would be
fake.
Will
Basically,
Smith.
But I'm saying though, like
He
he
was.
literally, because like literally when he said the joke, he was like, "Uh-oh," and then he put his hand behind his back.
Yeah,
Like, first of all, for somebody,
but I don't think it's fake. But let's be honest, Will Smith can act his ass off. If anybody could pull it off, it would be.
I
him.
mean, like I said, it could have been publicity stunt, and then it just got real because of how hard he slapped his ass. Cause you can hear the oomph when he slapped the shit out of him. He just like, I took it personally now. Because it could have been, because like I said, it could have been to where the slap wasn't planned.
Mhm.
It could have been to where he would have said something to him or whatever, and that was probably it. But then Will Smith took it too far, and that's when the shit got personal. Like, it could have been that scenario.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Now my other version is the manhood version. I feel like as a man, he did do the right thing because, not to get all biblical, but in the Bible, it said you'd rather die than not to protect your family.
But I don't think Will
If
Smith's
some-
Christian, though.
He ain't, so he can't use that excuse.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
mean,
for
yeah,
you.
because
He
you
can't
can't
It's
use
not
the
for
Bible.
you.
They don't live by the Bible.
That's
in
not
Hollywood.
for you, but
No,
I'm just
but
saying.
I'm
It's
just
up for
saying,
his
though.
Yeah, but I feel like as far as respecting his wife, because let's be honest, he's been a punk bitch for like what 6 years now.
But see, that's the thing. That's the other thing too, though. That's the part that I found so crazy, though, when it came down to the whole situation with the relationship. Because on a recent table talker, so it was showcased that Jada doesn't even fucking love Will Smith. Like, she don't give a shit about this man.
And then he
And then
agreed with it.
Yeah, and then
When
they was-
Jada,
they was sitting here saying about how he planned her 40th birthday or some bullshit or whatever, and she was like, "Is this really like a stroke your ego type shit or something like that?" I was like, "Damn, Jada, like you really do not give a fuck."
Yeah,
Jada was one of the realest people ever when she first came to Hollywood.
Oh, trust,
She was straight from Baltimore, but now she's very authentic in who she is. But it seems like she let Hollywood, get the best of her.
she needs healing. She
Yeah,
definitely needs
they
healing.
both need healing,
But
and I hope they resolve their conflicts in their marriage.
I mean, look, people.
It's really none of my business, but hey,
I mean, but yeah, but
since
people.
they in Hollywood, they put it out there.
Yeah,
Will had a tell-all book. Jada announced that they had an entanglement. Tyler Perry decided to direct the movie. Entanglement.
but to answer the question, do I think Will Smith was in the right or in the wrong? I would just say this. I really like Kayla. I love Kayla. And I feel like if somebody, I don't care who you are, you could be the devil himself. If you were to disrespect her in my presence, I would probably slap you too and stab you. That's it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I like how he had to chime that part in or so. Hi, Kayla.
Yeah.
I like how he had to chime that shit in just the cut. But
No. I was just giving an example. I ain't saying he did good. I ain't saying he did bad.
I'm saying about your example or something too. Because
Yeah.
I could say the same shit about Britt.
Really,
Say like if me and her was like in the middle of a situation and the nigga come out of nowhere disrespectful and such, I would have pushed the shit out that nigga. I would have slapped the shit out his ass. I'm like, excuse me, what'd you say?
Right.
Don't you ever say that ever again. And before you even finish, nigga.
Right. But you know, and people say, oh, he could have like pulled him to the side.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said about the three scenarios. So
now maybe he possibly could have pulled, but he wasn't himself. I think he shocked himself. Everybody.
Oh, he did.
His mother said she's never heard him act like that before, and she raised him. You know, you can keep pushing somebody until they just break, and I think that's what happened.
I mean, but the thing
there's
about
a lot of things mentally happening in their marriage. You know,
I mean, definitely
that's affecting them because I can tell they're not really happy.
No, because everybody in the family is so not happy. Freaking Jaden wanted this. He wanted to disown himself from the family, so because of all the shit they've been doing. And I mean, of course, his sister, she neutral for the most part, but
nah, his sister gangster. I'm surprised she didn't go up there and slap his ass. Like
I know, and then said Jaden posted on Twitter or somewhere was saying, "Yeah, that's how we do it.
Right.
We ain't putting bitches around here." And I was like, "Wow, okay, cool."
Yeah.
She needs to
heal.
Yeah,
I
would love to be a guest on the Red Table Talk.
But a lot of people have been posting memes and shit saying that if it was Tupac, he would have shot that nigga.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying it right here, right now.
So Jerry dated Tupac, right?
Kinda.
Yes and no.
Yeah, kinda. So
allegedly.
So I would literally say this: if Tupac, like they've been throwing the whole bullshit rumor saying, "Oh, that nigga ain't dead, he just gone somewhere." If he came back from the dead, or he actually did reveal himself to be alive all this damn time, Jada would have divorced Will right then and there. Because, like I said, Corey Holcomb actually pointed that shit out, saying that Will Smith was pretty much was chasing a dead man's swag because all the shit he been doing or so. Because that was out of pocket. That was out of character the way he did at the Oscars. So they're like, the fuck? Yeah. Like, that was.
But don't forget, he's from West Philly. So.
No, I get that. I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm not sitting here saying he doesn't have that in him, but out of all the times that he could have done some gangster shit or whatever, he never does. So it was kind of like, kind of out of nowhere that he did that shit and such. And then, it was another thing too that I was trying to say when it came down to that scenario. Will Smith was laughing about the damn joke. So that's the reason why people was looking like it was Jada. It was her fucking fault. Because when you look at the video,
she
took it as offensive.
Yeah, she took it as offensive, but Will Smith actually was laughing or something.
Well, that happens a lot. Like I know you probably don't have experience with this, but it happens a lot of times in a relationship. Somebody do something, you think it's funny, then she gives you that look, and you like, all right, we got to ride on this nigga, like.
Yeah, I had that experience.
Because like everybody said, damn, she activated this nigga. Like when he was laughing, she said, "Blue elephant, G21 horse, HO Rhino," like sleeper agent,
Pretty much, like that's how he acted. Because it was like you went from laughing to then getting the fuck up and then slapping the shit out of him. Oh, and Judge Joe Brown, bro, he gone Will. He got his ass.
What you say?
He was sitting here saying that when the part happened or so.
Uncle Joe don't play.
He don't. But he sitting here and said, "Yo, I saw Will walk up there and they doing that bullshit. So I saw that simp KP hat on. I saw that bitch swish when he walked back. I bust out laughing." I was like, because like I said, people have different sides to how they view the whole thing. Some people say that Will did a good job. Some people's looking like he could have done it a little bit different. Some people look like he was straight up fucking wrong. And to me, like I said, as a man, he did what he had to do.
Go home.
As a business way, that was a wrong fucking move.
But would you rather have an Oscar and have an unhappy home, have an unhappy home and have an Oscar and say fuck everybody else.
I would have an Oscar, but I would have figured out a way to make my home happy without self-sabotaging myself.
Your career,
because that's the thing too. Women, like I said, women had a whole bunch of shit to say or so when it came down to that whole scenario. Someone was saying that Jada should give Will for what he did, so give him that glove 5,000, and all that shit. Give him the brain.
I almost say you almost had me say
like someone
much.
said when I Googled their network and I Googled my name, couldn't find my network. More power to them.
Right.
I'm like, it's not gonna make them less or more successful because they
and it ain't gonna make you more successful.
It ain't gonna make me more successful talking about it.
Because at the end of the day,
if I do my rate,
at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like, certain women do know their place, and because men, they do have a place, and he was in his place as a man. So hopefully Jada was in her place. He come home, Margot Robbie is butt naked, covered in whipped cream, and they take this dude's soul.
This dude here, but
I don't want any more. Matter of fact, add Holly Berry into that bitch too. Like, I don't want nothing less, nothing more. You better not be able to walk or breathe after they done with you. Like,
so Jada's never been nominated for an Oscar, right?
Not that I know.
I don't think so.
No, not that I know.
She's a good actress.
But just to clarify, I do want an Oscar. That is one of my goals. I do like the Academy.
I would never want an Oscar. I don't think as an actor. I feel like it doesn't validate how successful you are if you have an Oscar.
Like I said,
it's good if I get one, but I'm not like, I'm not a good actor because I don't have an Oscar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's the major goal to just for you acting. Like, if you do get an Oscar, that's a bonus for you. Cool. Yeah. But like I said, I think the major thing that I think all actors need to focus on really
is working.
It's just working, and then just making good entertainment films,
right?
Or just making sure they do the best that they can do in the area film that they take part in, or even in the shows.
I'm an actor, by the way.
No shit.
Okay. Thank you very much. But yeah, so like I said, we all aspire to actors for the most part here. Mm-hmm. Even doing this is like an acting job.
Yeah, man.
So I guess our point is literally just to continue striving and continue on. I hope that things still do go well for Will Smith. Like, I know this is gonna be a really hard ass hit for him. Dude literally became a worldwide fucking meme at this point with just that video.
Even more famous.
Yeah, he's like, this shit became more famous. Like,
I hope they don't blackball him. I hope he still gets movie roles and stuff. Even if he is blackballed, he still got more money.
Well, he wasn't doing a lot of movies before this.
So. Yeah, he really wasn't. So it's kind of like it really wouldn't have mattered. But I would just say if he does try to get roles, it would be kind of hard for him right now because of what happened. So I would say he had to lay low, for a certain period of time or so. But I mean, but he gonna be good though, man. He Will Smith,
exactly.
Yeah.
So he'll be all right. I'm pretty sure. And then say if he does look for like a particular role or something like that, he can talk to. Well, he can talk to Tyler Perry, or he can do a movie with Kevin Hart or something like that.
I think there'd be a big downfall if he was in a movie with Tyler Perry.
How?
Tyler Perry's movies. The quality of Tyler Perry's movies.
No, edit that out.
Not the quality. Well, I can say that too. The quality of some of his movies isn't the greatest when you're talking about artistic form of film or artistic expression. Yes, he has a right to be artistic, but a lot of his movies are very stereotypical. A lot of his movies tend to have, but I enjoy them. I love Tyler Perry. I love to work with Tyler Perry.
So what's the problem?
But the level of his movies doesn't fit to the caliber of Will Smith or Denzel Washington.
I think he has it in him.
Like I said,
he can make a movie that fits them, but he tends to have the same storylines.
Well, I mean, but that's something that he has made on his own, or so he'll like, depending on who he produces it with or so. Because like I said, I feel like both him and Will or so could work together or so to work on a film or so that can work for both of them. because he's expanded in different areas.
Right.
So it's not like he can't.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'm not saying he can't. He's amazing. I love Tyler Perry, and I don't mean to talk negative things about my black brother.
Yeah, I love him too.
Power to the people. Tyler Perry. I would love to do some voiceover for you. Okay.
Like I said, I would love to you just be in a movie with him or so. That would be
put
awesome.
me as an extra, and I'll be happy. He pays his extras good. That's what they said.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He pays his actors pretty good.
Yeah.
They shot King Richard at the Tyler Perry Studios. They
shot Spider-Man.
They shoot movies at Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah, so I'm saying. So
I'm not hating on Tyler Perry. I was just saying there's room for improvement because I believe in him.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite. He was homeless, so that brings hope to me. I was homeless in college.
Yeah.
So Tyler Perry, I want to be a filmmaker. So Tyler Perry is paving the way for me.
Like you wanted to say so about Tyler Perry. I mean about Halle Berry. Sorry.
Well, Halle Berry is the first and only black actress to win an Oscar.
That's not
for Best Actress. Yes, she is.
For Best Actress?
Yes. There hasn't been a black woman who have won an Oscar in the Best Actress category ever except Halle Berry. What about your Regina King? I know she won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress and If Bill Street Could Talk, but you have Loretta Devine, Shirley Ralph. You have so many legends that are overlooked, and I feel like Hollywood doesn't give black women a platform as far as getting them leading roles. I'm not talking about in these low budget movies on TV, but actually box office, appeal. I feel like Taraji P. Henson, Viola Davis. I felt like Jennifer Hudson should have got nominated for her role in Aretha. That was better than Dreamgirls.
It was.
So I felt that was just a disrespect for black women. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the reason why the whole situation with Will Smith and Jada, kind of Oscars, was particularly because of some reasons like that too. That's why I'm saying that's why they did that was so big for a lot of
protect the black actresses.
Yeah,
I feel like even Chris Rock kind of did disrespect a black actress in Hollywood.
Yeah,
and I feel like the most disrespected person in Hollywood is the black actress.
I mean, there's a lot of things. So, like I said, the whole thing was to just black creators, black actors, actresses, all that.
Right.
So like I said, so to me, not just because of the whole Jada and Chris Rock kind of shit or whatever. It was just the fact that, again, you sitting here throwing a jab at my wife, then you sitting here basically spat on everybody that was a black creator anything involved with the black community or so that we were standing for to boycott the Oscars you spat on, then come back 6 years later doing the same exact shit.
Right. And I
so it's kind of like
both points.
Yeah, so it's kind of like nigga, you deserve this slap.
Right. I understand. He could be an asshole sometimes, Chris Rock.
Yeah, so that's why it was kind of like, did he deserve it? Partially yes.
And partially no.
Yeah, partially no. Like that's why I felt like the whole scenario should have happened off screen than it was on screen.
Right.
That's really the whole thing to it. That's the reason why when I said the 3 scenarios, I was like, those would be the best way of solving it out to where it's like if the slap did come about, then it at least would have happened off screen to where it wouldn't have embarrassed them all because everybody's looking like, oh yeah, he gets some more money or whatnot now, popularity because of what happened, but at the same time, this pretty much humiliated or people feel ashamed because of what happened because it's like it wasn't showing black people or black creators in a positive light. So it was kind of like so a lot of people feel kind of drawn back from the whole thing. So it's kind of like you have mixed feelings about it, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. Speaking of showing black people in a positive light, Lee Daniels recently went to a Monique comedy show and publicly apologized for blackballing her for 13 years. Do you feel like it was sincere, or do you feel like it was kind of showy? Just to be for show. I'm back now. Bitch, we friends now. Yeah, I blackballed you for 13 years, and I'm gonna put you in my next movie. So do you think that they still have a long way to go as far as a friendship and reconnecting as artists, or do you feel like, um, it was just all a show? How do you feel
What
about
do you
it?
think?
What did you
Lee
say?
Daniels.
Lee Daniels. I feel like I was listening, but I don't know. I mean, I know Monique was sincere,
Yeah.
but I feel like as far as Lee Daniels, he probably does have an ulterior motive, but
Right.
it's a start.
Hmm.
It's a start.
Yeah.
I wish they would have resolved this 13 years ago because I feel like I agree on both sides. Yes, she should have promoted the film, but her children were small, and she said that she wasn't obligated to promote the film outside of the United States.
Yeah,
She was only promoted in the United States because let's be real, um, Hollywood doesn't embrace two fat black women. Nobody expected an independent movie about two fat black women to have an international appeal,
Yeah,
until Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry picked it up.
Yeah,
because it was going to be straight to DVD.
Yeah, that's the thing that I thought that was so fucking stupid or so about the whole situation in general, that it wasn't within our contract to say so, but yet you sitting here still felt some type of way to where you blackballed her for 13 years and all this other shit like an immature little ass bitch.
And now you're like, oh, bitch, we friends again.
No, to me, I looked at him like,
what the hell?
Like, bitch, the fuck?
You blackballed somebody who helped your career be the way that it is.
Exactly. So I'm looking like, how the fuck
I hope
you have
he's
best
sincere
friend?
because you reap what you sow.
Well, they started off as best friends. So.
Yeah, they started off as best, and she was in Shadowboxer. It was a straight, it was a movie. It was like a gritty kind of film. It was, I believe, it was released in 2004 or 2005. It was her first dramatic role, and she was really good in it.
Yeah. So, like I said, was it sincere? Possibly, but like Loki said, pretty sure it's a material motive and that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Do that long way to go? Obviously. Like, that's obviously. Like,
he should be putting her in 5 movies that he's doing now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if it's just a side character or some shit,
a small role.
Small role.
I want to see Monique. I want to see Monique in movies. For a plus size woman, for a fat girl, she's done well for herself. She's a very talented comedian and actress.
Yeah,
I would love to meet her one day and go to a comedy show. Yeah. She probably will roast me too.
But like I said, it's been a real good intake or so about the whole Will Smith scenario, and I feel like this is not going to be the end of it. It's still carrying on even now.
Yeah,
It's just not. It's not completely mainstream like it was when it first got started, but people still talking about it. People still making memes about it and all this other shit. Like, hell, people have been using this as their thing on their YouTube channels even now. I mean, hell, we're a prime example right now, but people been talking about it and they still talking about it. And will this ever resolve? Like, was it a publicity stunt or was it a real thing? We might not know yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all about your point of view and how you take it. Dom of YouTube, are you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just, tired. Y'all gotta excuse me. I got food poisoning, and they tried to get me to stay home. So I said, nah, I need to see my people.
That's dedication right there.
So, yeah, I got some Sprite and water, and drugged myself up. Tried to take a shit, couldn't take a shit, but I was like, all right, drugged myself up.
All right, bro. TMI.
And I'm Jared. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
really
thank you, Jared. Let's give a round of applause for my producer, Jared, right here. Let's go.
Very intelligent, very intellectual.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking out of your busy schedule so to come here on the show for us, like you normally do. But
we gotta send them out with a goodbye song. Don't you see Dark Crimson Podcast, Dark Crimson Podcast, Dark Crimson Podcast. Come on, add something to it.
I can't add something to it. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, you just looking like...
It's your boys.
Dark
Crimson
D.
Z.
We out, y'all.
We out. Dark Crimson Podcast.
Dark Crimson Podcast. We going on the thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm singing by.